Hey guys, how you doing? It's Johnny Berba. Yeah, welcome to another YouTube live stream. I'm really excited. I'm just going to notify people on Facebook that I'm doing the live now. So in today's Facebook Live, I'm going to be talking about the most important thing that my clients and people that follow my work struggle with, and that's approach anxiety and rejection. And I just come back actually from a daytime session myself. Sorry, my hair's a little bit crazy as always. And I've just been approaching women myself because I'm single and I'm back out on. I'm on the dating. Yeah, I'm on the dating scene myself. So I'm looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking to get back into dating after being in relationships myself, take some time out, and I'm teaching guys how to do it. So my perspective is even more fresher now because I've literally just came back from approaching and I've got a great perspective. So excuse me, any questions you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. I'm just going to open up another browser and let the guys on Facebook know that I'm doing the live so they can join. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying these Facebook live streams because I think they're brilliant. So give me a sec. Yeah, let me just hopefully this is going to share it. It'd also be great if you guys could share this as well. How you doing, Karan? If you guys could share this live stream, that would be great, so we can get more people watching it. I'm having a hair crisis at the moment, so don't mind me. Right. I'm not sure how to do it. Okay, so hey Johnny, love your stuff, man. One of my favorite PUAs. Thanks. I'm not a PUA, by the way. I don't associate as a PUA. I'm not a PUA. I don't teach pickup artistry. I teach guys how to meet women with honesty and confidence, but that's fine. So anyway, so yeah, I want to talk to you guys and teach you about how to overcome approach anxiety and rejection. So where do I start with this? Okay, the first thing, now let me just share with you, how can I even start? Okay, let me share with you what I learned today because I've just literally come back from approaching, so my perspective will be fresh. So obviously bearing in mind that I am an expert, I have been approaching for almost 13 years. I've got a lot of success with women in this area from the street, and I've taught, I don't know how many students I've taught, it's so many now over 8 years. So one of the things I realize is that most men just don't approach beautiful women because they're scared. They're too scared to do it, and that's before the girl even gets an opportunity to say yes or no, because she could be interested in you. She might want to go on a date with you. She might love you. She might like you. She might not like you. It might be awkward. It might go great. So before they even get to that stage, they fail because they don't approach. So I think I really want to share my mindset, which is what enabled me to approach and get a lot of confidence. And the first thing is, let me just explain something to you. Now, of course, when we're fearful about something, we're always fearful. Usually, in most cases, we're always fearful about something that we really want in our heart, but we're scared that we're not going to get it. So basically, men want beautiful women, they want to date beautiful women, and they want to approach them, and they eventually want to get with one and date one, but they're scared that they're going to be rejected. So that will qualify in most men's mind as a plausible reason not to approach. So because men don't approach beautiful women because they're scared that they might get rejected and they think they can't handle that, they don't build any confidence and self-esteem. So they don't change, they just get worse. And that's when, I'm not going to go too deep, I want to focus on approaching attraction on the street. And that's where things like depression come in and the confidence gets worse and worse. And then guys fall into things like they get angry, they get very jealous of other people, they get resentful, they can tend to get resentful towards women, towards themselves. And then it just goes into a vicious spiral and their life just gets worse. But guys like myself and my clients, we've come from that place, but we've chosen to not accept that. And when you choose to not accept your current situation in life and you're prepared to go out and face your fears on a practical level, which is approaching women in the daytime. And what I want to qualify what I mean by the daytime, because again, men have got different ideas. For me, the daytime is anywhere in public. I mean, I can approach women in the nighttime, but I just don't enjoy loud nightclubs. I don't really enjoy drinking a lot of alcohol, and all my clients don't tend to enjoy that. Now, of course, there's grey area, and I'm going to go into that in another video. There are some clubs that are nice. There are some lounges that have got nice room, but generally, in my experience, there's not a place on earth that's better than meeting beautiful women in the daytime. For so many, I can qualify this on so many reasons, and I'll do that if you guys want me to in a second. So let me just get some drink on firstly. So I'm really thirsty. So I'm really trying to make you understand the psychology of why you're not doing it and how to change your state so your psychology changes and you do it. So if I could just say, look, all the insecurities that you're going through at the moment, this is why you've come onto my YouTube live. You're gonna have you're worried that you're gonna be judged by women. You're worried that you're gonna make mistakes. You're worried that you're gonna run out of things to say. You're worried that you're gonna be made to look stupid. You're worried that women might get angry with you. They might tell you to go away. You might get in trouble. Passers-by might see you approaching women. They might look at you and think, is it strange? Why is he going up to women and talking to them? All these fears and worries ahead. Or maybe you're going to talk to a girl and you're worried that a boyfriend's going to come over and whatever, he's going to get upset. Or maybe you're worried that you're going to talk to a girl, it's going to go well, and then you're going to run out of things to say, and then you're going to ruin it. So you're worried that you might do well, and then you're going to ruin it. So most of the fears are around failing. It's around something going wrong. And then that also attributes to the fact that you're worried about experiencing emotional pain. Because when we get rejected, it doesn't make us feel good unless we've practiced it. So let's just kind of look at it like the average guy who hasn't got experience. Now, another one might be you're just not comfortable in your sexuality. Maybe you're a virgin. I've worked with lots of clients that are virgins, and then after 6 weeks, they lose their virginity. Once I teach them how to meet women, they end up getting a girlfriend from the street, and they lose their virginity. So you might have fears around sex. You might have social fears. You might be very shy. You might be very socially anxious. Okay, and also, as William said, you might be from a small town and you're worried about reputation. You don't want to get bad reputation. I understand that. And I do understand, obviously, I live in a big city, so we don't have that worry in London. And that's why I tend to work with people and work with them in London. Okay, so let's show that. So, you know, okay, porn and masturbation is the main cause of fear and anxiety. Is it true or not? Explain that. No, I don't think it's true. I think that's a cop-out. I think porn can cause anxiety. I don't think it's a good thing, but I don't believe that masturbation gives you anxiety, because I've masturbated loads in my life. I don't watch porn anymore, and you know, and I've masturbated and gone out and got great results with them. So I think a lot of this is, again, you know, it could be psychological. Now, I'm basically saying yes and no. So of course, if you just sit at home all day watching porn and masturbating, and you don't go out and approach women, of course you're going to have anxiety. You're going to have anxiety because you're not speaking to people. So I'm saying porn ain't going to help you get confident with women, but don't blame porn and anxiety. Blame you for not approaching. You're not approaching women, so you're not building your confidence. So all I want to focus on is really approaching women. So I've kind of covered all the fears, aren't I? So men are worried about what could go wrong, the unknown. So what if I went up to her and she goes, look, get away from me, don't talk to me. That's like worst case scenario. Or what if I go up to her and then I go, excuse me, and then I get nervous and then I can't get the words out, and then I look silly, and she sees in my face I'm fearful and anxious, and that embarrasses me. I'm terrified of experiencing that shame and embarrassment, that social embarrassment. Another one is, you know, what if I talk to her and you know, she thinks I'm weird, I make her feel uncomfortable. That's another worst case scenario. Let's look at the worst case scenario. But you're not going to know till you do it. And in most cases, when you do it, that's not actually going to happen. In most cases, you know what's going to happen? It's going to go much better than you expected. It's going to go way better than you expected. I've seen this with clients from 8 years of coaching. I've coached so many people day in, day out, and I've seen clients come to me. And remember, I've worked with every type of client. I've worked with people in the corporate background, bankers, investment bankers, all that kind of area. I've worked with people that are students. I've worked with people that are more whatever I am, whatever you call normal, like from a normal council estate, more self-educated entrepreneurs. I've worked with very intellectual people, very creative people, all different archetypes, people from different backgrounds, all around the world. I've coached men from all around the world. So I've seen all the different things like that and stuff like that. So that's the worst case scenario. But I actually don't want to focus on the negatives, because you already know that. You guys are playing that fantasy all the time. You're sitting down and you're spending hours worrying about what's going to go wrong. I know, because I used to do it, and I work with clients that had this initially. So all that time you're spending, even the time, I'll be honest with you, that you're spending watching my videos online, it's great that you're watching it, and you should watch it, but then you should go out and apply it, or at least take a program, invest and do my coaching, and I can take you out and actually teach you and get results and do it. So men just don't do it enough, and that's why they don't have the confidence, and that's why they're not sure of themselves. Look, you're not going to be confident at something that you don't do often, because you need to do it often to get used to it and build the confidence. So what I'm saying is, the fear of rejection is connected to approach anxiety, because approach anxiety comes from a fear of people rejecting you and judging you. But I also want to introduce you to a better fear, and the better fear is you're frightened of getting results of women. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. I had it. I've got clients. You're also scared of getting the girl because you don't believe you're good enough. You spent your whole life thinking you're not good enough. You've created your whole life has been like that because you've left it so long. And obviously, if you're watching porn every day or a lot, and you're masturbating too much, and you're drinking too much alcohol, and you're with negative people, and you feel negative, and your life is negative, and you don't have much of a social life, that's just going to bring you down. So I've always said, with the coaching that I do on the 6-week program and the weekend confidence program, it is a personal development. Going out and approaching women and learning how to speak to them and attract them and build your confidence, it helps you in every area of your life. I'm going to get to your questions very soon. Let me just finish this, right? I don't want to lose this point. So what I learned today was, I didn't put pressure on myself to approach women. I didn't say, I have to approach, and if I don't approach, I'm a loser or I'm not good. I didn't do that. I gave myself permission to choose, and I naturally got in the flow. So I was walking through Hyde Park. Straight away, I noticed a beautiful blonde Scandinavian-looking girl sitting under a tree. I just walked out with confidence and just said, "Hi, nice to meet you." I said, "You look beautiful. You look lovely. Hi, where are you from?" "Austria." And I had an amazing conversation with her, and I just sat down and talked to her. And then I said, and then she asked me a lot of questions about me. She asked me what I did, where I'm from. We had a great conversation, and then I said, would you like to, spend some time, come out with me? She's like, "Okay, sure, but I'm only here for 5 days." But she was like, "Okay," and she's like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, I've got some things to do, but I haven't thought about that. And I was like, "I'm going to go meet a friend," and then she said, "Okay," and she agreed to meet, and I was like, "You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'll leave it." But that's just besides the point. So I got a date literally within the first approach that I did, because I had the confidence to go and do it, and I had to take a risk. I didn't know if she was going to like me or not. I didn't know if she was going to think I'm weird, but I wasn't thinking about that, because I'm too focused on doing it and enjoying the process. I'm actually enjoying approaching. I'm actually enjoying going out and doing it. I feel good about doing it, and I'm excited about the possibility of the success, which is inevitably always going to come. So I don't want to blow like my own trumpet, but I've just come from doing it, so I know how this works, and I've got great results. I've been dating women since I was 23, and I'm going to be 35 next week. All these years from the street. That's where I've always met the women, because I've never done well on online dating. I've never really done well in nightclubs. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't like those environments. I can't be myself. It's just not. It don't feel good. So after doing that, I went and done a few more approaches, and it went great. And some had boyfriends, but not one of them got angry. Not one of them said you're weird, and it was all positive. So, and what I realized was, when I came from doing the approaching, I felt more passionate to do the YouTube live, and I just done a Facebook live. So the confidence that you get from approaching women and facing those fears of rejection or social awkwardness or possible negative things happening that never usually happen in most cases, when you get a good experience and then you actually get good conversation and you get dates and then you get laid and get a girlfriend, or you sleep with how many women you want, or date as many women as you want, obviously providing you're honest, which I always teach guys to be, and respectful and be open with women from the start. It massively builds your confidence and self-esteem, because you now know that you've got the skill you've got the ability and the confidence to approach women. And it's not just about approaching them. Then you get good at the conversation, because I've naturally got good at talking to women because I've been doing it so long, and I don't think about it no more. I don't have to think that much because it's become a formality. It's like playing guitar. I'm not a guitar player, but if you played it for 10 years, you wouldn't have to think about where am I holding the notes, or because it just becomes so natural. But most men are not natural because they've never put the time and the practice in, and their fears are beating them. So that's one of the things. Okay, so let's read Boss's question again. Man, do you have any tips on how to grow a beard? Because female hates guys who can't grow beards. I'm talking about genetic issues. Is that the truth? Well, I mean, that's not entirely true. I mean, I've got a beard now, coincidentally. I never used to have a beard. If you see my older videos, and I got great results of women, I was clean shaven. It's only as I've gotten older, my style has changed, and I like having a beard. But growing a beard, I mean, I'm not an expert on growing beards. My beard just grows naturally. But I would say if you can't grow a beard, I wouldn't focus on it. It's not like some women are attracted to guys with beards, some are not. But again, like, why don't you focus on approaching women? That's even more important. You're focusing again on the small details. And a lot of guys, you're focusing on things that are got nothing to do with the approach. Like, what's having a beard got to approaching women? Like, whether you've got a beard or not, the main thing is just ask yourself. I'll ask you guys, I'll be straight. You can say yes or no. You can write on the comments. It's very easy. Like, I can write yes in capital letters. Are you approaching women or not? Yes or no? Would you like to approach women? Yes or no? Do you have the confidence to do it? Are you struggling? Because I can help you. If you're struggling to approach them and you don't have the confidence, I can actually help you to do that. I can work with you personally. I can take you out. I can teach you, and you can come with me, and I can demonstrate, and we can do it together. Like I've done on my 6 weeks program of Aiden. We can go up to groups, and then you can watch me do it. I can get you to do it, and I'll teach you how to do it. I'll teach you from scratch right up to relationships. I'll teach you how to overcome the approach anxiety. I'll teach you how to approach them with honesty. I'll teach you how to have conversations skills. I'll teach you how to attract them. I'll teach you how to get a phone number. I'll teach you how to text the number, go on a date. I'll teach you what to do on a date. I'll teach you what to wear on a date, the best place to go, how to escalate on a date, how to kiss on a date, how to go from there to the sex, making love in a relationship. I can help you with those areas. And if you want to work with me and you're serious, I'll leave my email here, and you can get in touch with me, and we can work together, and you can do my coaching. So here's my email if anyone's interested. If you guys are serious and interested, this investment is life-changing. And please only contact me if you're serious. I only work with committed people. Okay, so we've got Blitz 459. Whenever I go out, the place is crawling with dudes and a few women, at least where I live. So my fear is that these girls can seem ruthless, and I'm wondering how I can push that idea anyway. Well, the idea is, Blitz, let me just get something very clear to you. We live in a big world, okay? And however we define this, there's good women, there's bad women. There's good men, there's bad men, there's good people, there's bad people. There's women that are lovely and beautiful, and you would get on so well with them, they would really like you. There's women that won't like you. There's women that... So to find those women, you've got to play the numbers game. And I speak to guys about this all the time, and I've told myself this, guys. I promise you guys, what I'm telling you, I tell myself. And what I'm telling you to do, I've done myself and I've taught. You've got to play the numbers game. You can't, all this being too proud, being too careful. Being careful and proud won't get you laid. Being careful and proud won't build an honest relationship with a woman. It won't give you confidence. It won't, because you're not free. You care too much, and that's not enough confidence. That's too much insecurity. So approach lots of women, and also personality. The key to a really good approach, and also is personality. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Capital yes again. Yes, personality is very important, but the way that you improve your personality is by coming outside of your shell and talking. I mean, if I didn't do these Facebook Lives and do these videos, you guys wouldn't even know who I am. You wouldn't be interested in me. You wouldn't care about me. Now, maybe not all of you care about me, but you do like what I'm saying. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to my advice and watching my videos, because you know it's a lot of value for you. You want to learn. And you trust what I'm saying to be true, and you've seen my demonstrations, and you've seen me work with other students and change their life. So, I've had to work on my personality, and you do that through talking to people and women. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can share this Facebook chat to YouTube. Do any of you guys know? I'm not great on... I'm trying to figure out a way that I can share this stream. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys, I just found the button, which is great. So basically what I'm going to do, William Devonshire, how often do you go out and how long? It really depends. It really depends. Lately, I want to be going out quite consistent because I'm single now and I'm not dating anyone at this moment. So I want to start dating. So I'll probably, I'll do a couple of hours a day, and in between, when I've got time, when I'm not coaching and I'm not busy. So, at least 3 or 4 times a week. I think at least 3 times a week, and each time 2, 3 hours at a time. That's more than enough. Okay, check out. Join me now. Just guys, sorry, I'm just sharing this on my Facebook. Give me a second. I'm not being antisocial, so I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask me any questions. I'm just trying to share this on Facebook. I want to get this out to as many people. So I'll give you some time to think of a question, and I'll answer it, and I'll be with you in a second. That's awesome. So I've shared it. Okay. Oh, great. We've got loads of questions. Sorry, I didn't see the questions. I've got to keep moving this thing down. Night 3. I'm watching you on YouTube. Great. So Oliver McLeod, how about being overweight? That puts me off approaching because I assume they won't be into me. Okay, that's a good question. So let me give me a second. I want to answer. Okay, so if you're overweight, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, right? Obviously, if you're overweight, you need to get down to the gym. You need to lose some weight. You already know that. You need to start dieting. But I would still say if you're overweight, and I've worked with clients who are thicker set and quite big, and they've still done very well with women because they've approached. So I still think, letting your weight stop you from speaking to people. I do understand, obviously, but that's still your responsibility. So you should still approach women. And approaching women whilst you're overweight will inspire you to lose more weight. And of course, it doesn't mean because you're overweight you can't attract women. That's a myth. So you're still going to build confidence approaching. Eventually, you're going to meet women. So you've got to approach. The only way to find out, over. Good man. Does looks matters for confidence and personality? I'm talking about what if you feel bad about your looks? Well, look, again, and I'm glad you guys asked these questions. I felt awful about my looks years ago. I felt really ugly all throughout my 20s. So I know how that feels. And people might look at me now and say, well, he's not a bad looking guy. And I think now I'm a pretty decent looking guy. But I didn't feel like that years ago because I didn't have any confidence in myself. And back then, the reason why I felt like that, guys, is the same reason I'm telling you, because I didn't approach them and I was terrified. And I was under the illusion that I weren't good enough. So what I'm trying to explain is whether you've got problems with your weight, whether you don't feel comfortable in how you look, whether you've got porn addictions, not approaching is not going to help. You have to approach. It's the approach that kickstarts your whole life and changes it. So approaching and not feeling good looking is better than not feeling good looking and not approaching. So I'm going to write this in capital letters. The fucking, sorry, I'm swear, I'm getting passionate. The number one point thing is to approach women, to build your confidence, build your confidence, because confidence is everything, and women are attracted to confidence. And what I'm trying to explain to you, and my clients have said this to me as well, the exercise of going out and speaking to women and approaching them and getting some rejections and getting some success and getting some numbers and having some great conversations and finding a girlfriend, that whole experience builds your character, builds your personality, builds your character. It brings out your, it brings out your looks. It makes you smile more, makes your tonality better, makes you more attractive. So the very core problem that you guys are having is you're not approaching often enough because you're scared. You've got to do it so often that it's not scary no more. It's not scary for me no more approaching women in most situations, obviously, because I've done it so much. So the main thing I've come down to in this video is to overcome anxiety and rejection, is to do it, to approach. And guess what happens as well? I'll answer this. I heard the keto diet is good for weight loss and how out of it. I'm not so sure on that. You guys can check it out. I'm sure there's loads of that stuff. I just want to focus on the approaching. So what was my point? Lost my point now. I've gone too deep. Okay, let's read this. Is there a way or technique to get approached or be more approachable? I'm assuming you're saying, is there a way to get women to approach you? If that's the case, is that the case? Yes or no? You were talking about rejection approaching, Johnny. Yes, I was. Do you want me to continue? Do you want me to elaborate? Let me know as well, guys, if you're enjoying this talk, if you're getting a lot out of it, if it's really makes sense to you and it's inspired you. Just say inspired or inspired in a way. Yes, yeah, that's great. William is inspired. I think again, I would say to make yourself stand out more and more attractive and more approachable is to work on your confidence. And you work on your confidence by going out and being a confident person. What does a confident person do? A confident person speaks to women, speaks to beautiful women. A confident person does public speaking. A confident person speaks to other men, makes friends, is sociable, wears nice clothes. So I'm trying to explain to you the value of facing the fear and doing the approaching. And all your other fears will start drifting off. That's what happened to me when I started. I started off with like a massive heavy rucksack of pressure and had all these fears about not being good enough. And of course, you worry that you're never going to get the girl, it's never going to happen. You're always going to feel shit about yourself, and girls are not going to be into you. As you start to approach and get more experience, these fears start falling off. And the reason they fall off is because the experience itself that you have with women, especially, and it's going to happen to you guys, what happened to me today, when you see a beautiful girl, I saw a girl she's like an angel, like stunning looking. And she was so easy to speak to, and she was so receptive, and she liked me. And I actually asked her, I said, I like you, I think you're beautiful, do you like me? She goes, yeah, you're nice. And when she was asking me questions, we were speaking, and she was happy to go out on a date with me. So those experiences give you massive confidence. And of course, when people have challenged me in the past, well, Johnny, if the guy's going out all the time and he just keeps getting rejected and he never gets a result, it's going to affect him. I said, of course it will. So another thing, which is probably for another live video, if you guys are going out and have been approaching a long time and not getting results, then you need to get some help. You need a coach because you're making mistakes. Blitz. So is it, I'll answer William's question first. Sometimes I feel like I'm not progressing fast enough and I will get old and impotent. Yeah, that's good. You're inspired. Yeah, that's another fear. But again, that fear is denied by taking action. Is it a value, a set of social skills, talking, body language and posture, taking care of your health, mental and physical, and demonstrating value with how you present yourself? Of course it is. I mean, everything you said is important. But again, I'm going to come back to the same truth. All those things that you've highlighted about health, mental health and body language, and demonstrating that, those things are going to improve. Your mental health will actually improve by approaching women. And I know because I have mental health problems myself. And that massively improved that for me. So depression comes from when we feel suppressed and we feel trapped and we can't get things out. So going out and approaching women, even if you don't know it directly, is a form of therapy. It's a very healthy therapy. And that goes with socializing, that goes with going to the gym. But on this video, I'm just going to strict with approaching women. I'm not going to divert off into any other things because I want to get confused and get you guys focused on too many things. I think that the issue, you feel like you should be confident first. Habit of thinking now is never the time. Do you agree? I totally agree. I think that's actually really good what you mentioned, Oliver, that we've got this, men have this thing where we think I should be confident, but you shouldn't be confident because you've never done it before. Well, maybe you should be confident, but, shoulda, woulda, coulda, it makes no difference if you're not. And if you're not, then you can do something about it. And the great thing is there is a solution. I'm teaching you that. Zorsia, I want to approach women, but I hate them too much. I don't want to scare them with my hatred. Well, I understand that, and I've been there years ago, and I've had clients. You have to calm down, breathe, get some therapy, and start going out and meeting women and changing those feelings towards women by having nice interactions and getting proof that you know there's good women out there. You don't have to hate women. No fact is a self-confidence. You feel good about it while walking, talking, approaching. Is it right, man? I would agree, but I would disagree. I would agree that if you do know fat and you don't masturbate and that makes you feel good about yourself, that's fantastic. Whatever makes you feel good. But I still think doing no fap and doing not enough approaching with women is counterproductive. So whether you do no fap or not, it comes back to whether you approach women or not. Now, it's different if you said to me, well, I'm in a happy relationship, you don't need to approach women. But if you're not in a happy relationship and you haven't had success with women and you haven't had much of a sexual experience and you don't feel confident around them, then you need to approach. I'm going to say this as well. This is really important. I learned this a lot myself. You see, for all of us guys, see all of you guys, me included, you don't realize, you don't realize, you don't believe and you don't realize what you're capable of achieving with women until you do it. I'll say that again. You don't realize and you don't believe what you're capable of achieving with women until you do it. And what does that mean? It means approaching. Because there was a period, I'll be straight with you guys, where I became very spiritual and there's certain good laws, and I was like, I don't need to approach now because I'm so good, I'm so spiritual, I'm so awake, and I'm so enlightened, all that stuff. But the truth is, I was just making excuses and rationalizing. You know, at the end of the day, if you don't approach women, excuse me, your chances are going to be a lot less than someone who does do it of meeting them, and you're not going to get the confidence that you would by going out. This is great. GHB, bro. I have a question. I have approach anxiety because of a line under my icons on my left eye. It can only be seen in certain lighting when I'm outside. How can I overcome this approach anxiety? I'm very insecure about it. Well, listen, we've all got insecurities. I've got a receding hairline, and I'm insecure about that. And I'm not perfect either. None of us are. But at the end of the day, if you're going to let that stop, you're never going to approach. So the more you approach and face that insecurity, whatever you got on your face, the more you're going to get proof that you don't need to worry about it. Because women don't really care about that. It's more you care about it. You're making it a big deal. But I do understand your concern. I'm not taking it lightly. But again, the answer is approaching. Every question you guys have got for me today, I'm going to probably annoy all of you and sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. You need to approach. Because if you don't approach, you're not going to build the confidence. And it's not building the confidence is important, but it isn't just that. It's actually the results of approaching, which is a girlfriend, which is meeting a girl that you absolutely love and adore, and you're meant to meet each other. She wants to meet you. There's loads of girls out there that are waiting to meet you right now, but you don't know it or you don't believe it, and you're not going out seizing the opportunities. And that's what I've always done and demonstrated and taught people. And that's why the clients that I work with, they get great results. They get results. They get the date. They get the girl because they go out and they do the approaching. If you have a dependency on alcohol for your confidence when socializing, etc., would you cut that out altogether when initially dating? I'm full of bad habits. I appreciate your honesty. Look, we've all got bad habits. Again, we've all got addictions, and I've had problems with addictions through different stages of my life, and I've been more clean than other. So I can speak from both perspectives as someone who has used drugs and alcohol as a way to escape pain and hide and deal with my anxiety. And I've done it the other way, which I'm doing. So at the end of the day, yeah, it would be better that you quit alcohol, but it's not my right to tell you to quit alcohol. It would be better if that works for you. But even if you have a drink once in a while, you can still approach women. Victor, to rescue me. I can't rescue you. You've got to rescue yourself, but I can help you do it. Okay. Ben Isaac, actually, I disagree with you. I have a couple of facial scars, and women definitely care about more than I do. Well, look, you've got a right to disagree with me, and I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, okay, women are going to care about some facial scars, and some will. But there's lots of good women out there that would love you, regardless of your facial scars. If you connect with them, and they'll go out of you. And if you don't believe that, then you don't believe it. I know it's true because I've worked with clients who've got facial scars. I've worked with clients with disabilities. So I'm not going to let you be a victim use that as an excuse because you're making excuses. It's a valid excuse, but if you want to stay in that excuse, then you're never going to meet a woman. And I don't want that. I don't want that for you. So approach. I'm listening, guys. I'm just going to share the stream. Okay. Johnny, do you go to China? Apparently, it's easy to approach. I've never been to China, to be honest. Apparently, it's easy to approach if you're European. I've heard that, and that, I can imagine that to be true. But no, I haven't gone to China. The great thing about London is, I don't know if you're from London or not, we've got every single nationality from all around the world in pretty much one place, West London. So it gave me that exposure. So I've spoken to women from all around the world. Ben Isaac, I'm confident in approaching them though, but I see they have a problem with it. Well, it's not really them, it's you, isn't it? Because you're not confident of approaching. Because if you were confident approaching, women wouldn't have a problem with it. You've got the problem with it and you lack confidence. But it's good that you're approaching, so you need to build your confidence. And there's something that is not working for you, but that still comes back to a lack of confidence. Hi, Jenny, how are you today? I'm awesome today. I'm great. I feel really good. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I feel passionate. I feel inspired. I feel motivated, and really passionate to teach guys how to meet women again and go out and do it myself, which I've been doing. I was working, with a client. I'll tell you a story. Amazing guy. He's a professional. He's a friend of mine. He's done. He worked with me 8 years ago now. He's doing my 6 weeks program. He's done my boot camps. We're really good friends. I went out Sunday and it was just amazing. We approached on the South Bank for 3 hours and we had such a good time with them. It was like, it didn't even feel like a coaching session. Like two friends going out. We'd done loads of approaching and it was fantastic. So many different experiences. So you guys are actually missing out on great experiences, you know. And it isn't just about the result. It's not just about having sex with girls. It's not just about getting numbers and getting a girlfriend. It's actually about you enjoy the social aspect of it, and it's actually healthy for you. It's not healthy to be at home on the internet all day. It's not healthy to be watching porn and isolating yourself. That's going to cause a breakdown and depression. And I know because I've been in those places myself. So the actual therapy and the physiology and the psychology of going out and meet women is amazing. Have you ever helped anyone with a speech impediment? Yeah, I've worked with quite a lot of people. Now, I don't know what severity they was, but you know, even I have a little bit of a speech impediment. You guys probably notice I stutter at times, and that probably because I've come from a background of a lot of anxiety, so I stutter sometimes. But I recently worked with a client who was 20 who had a speech problem, and now it's cleared up because he had tremendous anxiety. 6 weeks course he done with me in 2 boot camps. He's got a girlfriend, he got laid, he was a virgin. He's done public talks. He's got a whole new social circle, and he did that for approaching. Thanks a lot for doing this YouTube thing, by the way, mate. You've helped me break out of my social anxiety depression back in 2016. You're a good man. You're very welcome, Ben. I really appreciate that. And that's what I want to hear. I want to hear people breaking through, getting results. So that's great. Should I game in the same city I work? Usually I avoid it. No, you shouldn't. I'm going to be straight now. I'm going to be strict with you guys. I want to be straight. You shouldn't game in the same place. None of you should, and I shouldn't. You should go different places. I've been different places in the world, and I've literally approached in like everywhere all around London and outside London, and you know, and in Europe. I've been to Poland, I've been to Prague, Germany, Spain. I haven't travelled that much, but I've still done some travelling approach. It worked everywhere I went, all around London. And I'm just saying this because I want to inspire you with the possibilities. I've dated women from all types of nationalities. It's been amazing, incredible insight doing this. I could never have done that if I just stuck to online dating or clubs. I wouldn't have. It just wouldn't have. Okay, so I just want to share this again. Where's the button to share? I've totally lost it now. I'm trying to find. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm literally in the midst of just trying to share this on my social media. I'm trying to get better at marketing. As you can see, I'm still learning. Okay. All right, let's answer some questions. Do you think it's a good idea to approach guys to help anxiety when approaching women? So approaching both genders works. It helps also do. I think that's one of the best things you can do. And I was speaking to that of course that's going to help. That's even better. So I think that's a great idea. Like when you watch porn, you don't feel motivated to talk to women, and there's needless when you're horny. Yeah, if you're ugly, you should go to Africa and bribe skinny African girls with cheeseburgers. Well, that's not a great thing to say. Come on, man, let's grow up and not say stuff like that. Because I want to delete comments like that. It's just silly. And you're better than that. Come on. Let's just be mature. I don't know. Come on. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask some more questions. Basically, we've got about another. I'll be going from another 15, 20 minutes, possibly half an hour. So I head off to meet a friend. So we've got some more time. Really, really good to do these YouTube lives and connect you guys. I really enjoy this. So what else did I want to talk about? There were a few more points that I wanted to also point out about how to overcome approach anxiety and rejection. Yeah, another mindset that came to me. Now, it's something that I haven't heard being spoken about a lot. Do you guys realize that there is, sorry, excuse me. Do you realize that you can actually build confidence through getting rejected, which contradicts most people's thinking? So, confidence comes from, excuse me, confidence comes from getting rejected lots of times and getting better at dealing with it. That's actually another form of self-esteem. High self-esteem is not someone who gets a result all the time. It's someone who doesn't get the result, but it doesn't affect them, and then they continue and get the result. What do you think of RSD? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think. I don't really watch their stuff. As I said, good luck to anyone who's doing their thing. But I don't really watch the stuff. I don't have nothing to say on it. Yeah. So now I'm going to write this. Just getting rejected builds confidence. Guys don't know that, and maybe not at the start they don't believe that. Is there any chance, like I said earlier, it'd be great if you guys could share this broadcast on your Facebook or your Twitter or Instagram or Google Plus or any social media outlet? I really appreciate getting these getting them out so I can get more views and subscribers and reach more people. That would be great. I appreciate if you guys can do that. Just let me know. Just say yes if you can do that or if you have done that, so I know who's showing my stuff. I can give you a shout out. Any more questions? Do you think prostitutes should be illegal? That's a big question, and I'm not going to go into that because it's not the focus of this talk, and that's too much of a different angle. And I'm not qualified to answer that question. It's not important what I think at this point. I want to talk about confidence approaching women and being yourself. I think a good thing to tell yourself is I can handle rejection. That's a great thing, and that's right. Doesn't the more you get rejected mean the more you despise approaching? No, it doesn't. Depends on your mindset. Again, it depends on how you deal with it. And if you see that you're getting progress, think of it. Let me just give you a scenario. So let's say hypothetically speaking, metaphorically speaking, whichever is the right word, I took one of you guys out for 2 hours with me on the street, and I had you approach 30 women. And out of those 30 approaches, you had 10 bad experiences where women didn't want to speak to you. But then you had another 10 approaches where they didn't mind you speaking to them, but they all had boyfriends. But then the last 10 you did all went well, and you got a couple of phone numbers and you had great conversations. Are you going to let 20 women that turn you down spoil 10 women that you got and got good results with? So it's a numbers game. It's all about reference points. So you need negative reference points and positive ones to build a healthy self-esteem and more confidence. And remember, confidence is what attracts women. So confidence is built through facing fear and doing something over and over again and putting the hours in. And then confidence attracts women, and and the results that you get of women creates more confidence, because we get more confident when we're reinforced that what we're doing is working, and who we are is good, and we're liked by people and women. Doesn't oh yeah, you've already said that. Do me a favor, guys. I've asked you this before once again. I'm going to be doing it anyway, probably next week or the next 2 weeks, and I've also got some talks coming up as well. Actually, I want to tell you about guys about a talk I've got coming up. What's the date now? I've got a free talk, which I'm going to be talking all about this, and then I'm going to invite you guys to come. I'll give you the date now. Actually, it's going to be in 2 weeks' time on Sunday. Let me just check my calendar. So I can give you guys the dates. I just shared it on my Facebook. Oh man, Oliver, you know how much I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate that, mate. That's really gonna help my channel grow. So thank you for that, man. So I want to give you guys the opportunity to come meet me in person and come to one of my events, which is actually free. I'm going to invite you guys down. Let me just get the date ready so I can give you the exact date. Okay, so September the 16th is going to be my free event in London. I'm going to be doing a public talk, and I'm going to do a live Q&A, and then we're going to do some exercising, and then we're going to have a social event. These events are, I promise you guys, I'm just going to say it once, they are life-changing, these events. You meet amazing people, and you actually make friends. Okay, so it's the 16th. I'm going to put this out on my mailing list. Guys, make sure you get on my mailing list if you're not on it. Go to my site, www.johnnyberba.com, because I notify you on talks, and I send out tips and a lot of stuff about coaching. So September the 16th. It's going to be a Sunday. It's going to start at 1 p.m. in London. I'll give you the address. So if you want to book now, you guys can actually book right now. You just got to drop me an email, and I'll put my email down again. I get all types of guys. People travel from outside London, around the world, to come to these events. And this event is going to be all about approaching and attracting women. So I'm going to go through all of it. You can ask me questions. So the 16th, not this Sunday, next, 1 p.m. And it'll start at 1 p.m. and end about 4 p.m. Be about 3 hours long. So these events are good. And they go quick, and you have an amazing time to talk, Q&A, we do some exercises, and you get to have a social after. So let me know if you guys want to come. Let me know now, and I can book you on. And then what I'll do is I'll give you the exact address, but you've got the time. It's going to start at 1 p.m, finish at 4, and it's on a Sunday where most people are off work, so it's a good schedule. Okay, when you first started approaching, did you have a wingman to bounce off, or did you go solo? I never had a wingman, to be honest. I always had a friend. I like a good friend. I started off with a good friend. So I didn't really like the term wingman. I don't really like the idea of finding someone just to use to go out and approach. I actually had a friends, good friends, close friends. But eventually, some of them weren't as inspired, and I went off on my own. So I did initially. I learned from someone, but I learned mostly by going out by myself, which I've always preferred. But I always think it's great to get coaching to get you started, and actually to have someone like myself there who can support you and help you, especially when, at the low moments, if you're getting rejected. It's nice to have a coach to pick you up and also teach you the subtleties of what you're doing right and help us get results, which is, excuse me, most important. Sorry about that. So yeah. So let me know about the event, because these events are great, and I only do these once in a while. I do them once a month. Sometimes they're less frequent, once every 4 months. So take this opportunity, and you've got enough notice, 2 weeks. And you can bring a friend down if you want. You're welcome to bring a friend along. because maybe you feel nervous about coming down to the event by yourself. You don't have to feel nervous. I understand people do, meeting new people. So bring a friend with you. If you've got a friend that's new and wants to learn how to approach them and meet them and build his confidence, bring them along. I'm going to be talking about it at the event. You can ask me questions as well, and you can meet amazing people. You make friends, and then go out and practice approaching women together. So any more questions? What opening lines do you recommend? Well, as you know, I'm not a huge believer in lines, but I'll give you some things. I'll give you some things that I say. I'll probably head down to the event. Sounds like a good meet up. Yeah, definitely come down, and it will change your life. It's another step closer to the coaching. And I'm not going to get you to approach them, and obviously that's the paid coaching. But there are exercises that we do at the event that are very physical. Get you to do it with each other, and that's going to inspire you for the final stage, which is approaching. And it's great meeting me in person. I can meet you in person, and it's great when I hear stories, and it's social. Thank you for your answer. Because of that line, I'm a virgin. I'm 21 years old. I'm 9 months depressed about it. Okay, I want to share my story quickly to help you. I was a virgin when I was 21, and I was really depressed as well. But I want to give you a lot of hope, and I just helped a virgin. He took my 6-week program, and he done a boot camp me, and he lost his virginity, and that was because he learned how to do this. He had a lot of anxiety. The guy has come along such a long way; it's unbelievable. He faced his fear and did the work. So don't let the depression hold you back. And you're still young. There's no shame in being a virgin at 21. You're young. But I understand when you're going through it, it doesn't always feel like that. Get out, start approaching, and then you'll find someone, you'll lose your virginity and meet a nice girl. I think you missed William's comment above, bro. Okay, I'll have a look at it. Where is William's comment? Okay, good man. Should I approach a girl in front of other people, or should I possibly hear what's going on? Won't it make her feel under pressure? Depends. Good question. And this is where you need to be intelligent at times. You have to follow your intuition. So sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Hey Johnny, can I join? Of course you can join. All you guys are welcome to come. The event is going to be in London. I'll give you the exact address a bit closer to the time. You just email me, Amir. You're very welcome to come to the event. My email me, and by emailing today, you'll confirm your place, and I will send you the exact address. It's going to be a park in London. I do it in the park at the moment because it's a nice place to meet. It's a great atmosphere. And as I said, it's very informal, natural. So yeah, just drop me an email, Amir, and then you can come along. And you can bring a friend along as well if you want. Thanks, brother. You are inspiring some people. Oh, you're very welcome, man. Thank you. And you guys are inspiring as well, because you are, you're looking for answers, and that's a great place to start. And a lot of you are working yourself. And I don't know all of you personally. I sense that some of you are a bit further ahead than others, but it's not a race. We'll get there in the end. And you're taking action, and you're trying, and you will get results. It's about putting in effort. But I live in Canada, so I can't come. But I've always been interested in Skype. Yeah, I do Skype coaching. So the Skype coaching is great. And the reason why I created the Skype coaching was specifically for people that can't get to London and do the in-person coaching. I'm working with quite a few people at the moment on Skype. And obviously, I'll be honest with you, Skype coaching is not going to be as good as doing the in-person boot camp. But the Skype coaching is really good. I can help you a lot, and I can build a personal relationship. And I offer a 6 weeks Skype coaching. And if you're interested in that, then you can email me. And I don't know what your situation is, and we can work out the cost, see if you can afford the cost, and if I can help you and that's something you're interested in. But it will be really good, because with the Skype coaching, I give you homework and I hold you accountable. So every session I give you stuff to go away and do. And ultimately the coaching is all going to be geared towards getting you to get out and approach and build your confidence. And it's a lot more personal. So if that's something that interests you and you want to do the Skype coaching, you said you want to do it for a while, don't be shy. The worst that can happen is that we're not going to be right for each other, and you don't have to do it. And the best is that you'll do it and it will change your life. So I can talk to you over email about that, about the Skype and how it works. And we can do it that way. Or if you really need to talk with me, we can have a chat on Skype for 10-15 minutes, and I won't charge you for that initial consultation, and I can have a chat and see if we can work something out. Okay. Hayden Barnett, great. Dan, I'll be away that weekend. Will you be doing more events in the future? Yeah, I'm going to be doing more events, but I'm going to be straight with you guys. Like, take the opportunity to do your best to come to events, because I don't do them all the time. So I can't guarantee it, because it depends on how many clients I've got, how busy I am. So it's not as easy to put these events on. So when I do put them on, I try and give you 2 weeks notice. Yeah, I'll be doing more in the future. So just, I'll tell you what you do in the meantime, Hayden. You should get on my mailing list so that you know when the talks are coming up if you're not on it already, or follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Live so you can know when the next ones are coming up. Because the worst thing is to not know when they're coming up and then you miss out. So that's great. That's great. I've already got an email. One of you's already emailed me back to come to the event, and then that tells me that you're serious. And I've got to be honest with you guys, and I'll keep saying this to people. You've got to make a commitment in your life. You've got to commit. You've got to commit to facing your fears. And I promise you, whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, good luck, you know, getting help from people, when you commit to your facing your fears, your life changes. It changes instantly at that moment. So I'm going to be straight with you guys, and I am going to sell my coaching because I believe in it. It changes people's lives. Why don't you invest in the coaching? What have you got to lose? Why don't you do the 6 weeks program with me? You've seen the results that I get my clients. You've seen how well they do. I don't even have to justify it. Why don't we go out and I'll mentor you personally for 6 weeks on the street and get you dating women. I'll get you dating 3 to 4 women a week. These are the numbers that you can get to. Or a girlfriend. I will help you to build your confidence and teach you in 6 weeks how to meet and attract women from the street. So let's do that. And that starts off with a small investment. If you get dropping me an email and us having a conversation on the phone, it all starts with a conversation. I need to find out exactly who you are, what your story is, and how I can help you, and whether I can help you or not. And if I can't help you, then I can't help you. Someone will be able to help you. There'll be someone out there. There's always a solution. If I can help you and you want to work with me, we can work together and we can do the actual coaching. There's no better thing than doing the live coaching. That is the best part, because we can actually do it. Right. Matthias, where is the best place to start coaching for a 33-year-old man? Well, I'm 34 as well, so you know, he's still young. Best place, right? For a 34-year, God, my spelling is not great, year old man, is the, you know where it is. I've already told you guys, you follow me. It's the street. The street is the best place because it's got the most amount of women. They're everywhere, and they're available every day. And then, you know, and most guys don't do it. So the street or parks, you know, which I still consider part of the street. Parks, you know, streets, you know, coffee shops, museums. You know, it's all in that realm of the street and public. You know, these are the best places. So we're coming to the end of the broadcast. We've got a few more minutes. Malls, yeah, malls are good. It's not personally one of my favorites, but it's still good. Malls can be good. The only thing with malls, you've got to be a bit careful with security if you're going in shops and lurking around too much. That's the problem with that. But out in public, it's you know, it's legal, it's normal. So you can do it, but you've got to be a little bit more socially aware, smarter. You know. But I prefer mostly taking my clients on the street. They get better results, more freeing, more women around. So now I'll spend the next few minutes answering any of your questions. I'm just trying to figure out, as I said, if any more of you could share this on your Facebook, it would be great to get this out more, help more people. That I'd really appreciate that. And also as well, can you guys let me know? I kind of know it's a rhetorical question, but would you like me to do some new in-field videos of me going out and approaching women and filming it so you can see the demonstrations, so that could inspire you? So just let me know. I just want to know the sort of content that you want. I know that these are really helping because you get a chance to ask me questions and I can really help you personally. So let me know if you'd like me to do more in-field videos, because I'll be making some new content. Okay, excuse me. What if you have social anxiety and have problems interacting in crowds? Could you do infills in coffee shops? I'm not going to be able to do that because it's too much hassle in coffee shops, and I'd rather do it out in the public where I've got more freedom. I mean, I could do it; it's not possible, but it's not easy. It's hassle. But you never know. I've done it before. It's on the channel somewhere, but I would prefer doing it in street. Yes, bro, infills are great. Do some, please. Okay, I'll do some. If you've got social anxiety problems interacting in crowds, I would start off in smaller crowds. Sometimes you've got to break the fear down. So start off in more relaxed environments. I take clients, when I get clients that are really anxious, they've got bad social anxiety, I take them in the quieter streets, the quieter tourist parks, and get them comfortable. And then when they get more comfortable there, then I'll start gently easing them into bigger crowds until they can do it. So you can gently, work your way up to bigger crowds. Infill videos are awesome too. Oh, that's great. I'm definitely gonna. I feel inspired now to make new ones, and I will. Yeah, and I just want to say, because maybe you guys don't think I really appreciate you sharing my videos. That's what helps them to go viral. That's what gets them out and helps a lot of people. Because there's still a lot of people that don't know about what I do. They don't know about what you guys do, about how many men are doing this. They need help, and I'm really interested in helping people that have got mental health problems, that have got depression, anxiety, social anxiety, shyness, or women. That's the area that I specialize in, confidence building through exposure. So the videos are a great way of inspiring people, making people aware that they can get help. They don't have to stay as they are, and they can get results, because a lot of guys don't know it, they don't believe it. So yeah, you guys can expect me to be a lot more active now, more active than I've ever been, because I've had a break for a while and I've got the passion back again. So I also do Facebook Live, so check those out daily, but mostly on YouTube now, and videos, and I'm on Instagram as well. If you guys are interested in that, I keep up to date. I'm going to the gym, I'm working, so it's like pictures and stuff. I'm not that bothered with the pictures and stuff, but Instagram is just another tool. Some people like looking at pictures, seeing what I'm doing and stuff. So that's good. But yeah, I mean, like I said, great. Unfortunately, I live in the Netherlands. Otherwise, I would have joined the confidence training in London. Well, look, I keep realizing now. It's funny you said Holland, because I recently just had a client who travelled from Holland and done my boot camp, and we had an amazing time. We got great results. So if you really wanted to, why don't you make the investment and book yourself a hotel and a 2-day trip in London and do the program? Or if you can't get to London, then why don't do Skype coaching? I offer Skype coaching, so I coach you over Skype and get all my attention to yourself, and then we can work on your goals. I can help you to get results with women and give you exercises on my 6-week Skype program. So if that's something you're interested in, you want to do the coaching with me, you can drop me an email. My email address I've written it already. It's johnnyberba@gmail.com. And it doesn't cost anything to have a phone call with me about the coaching or an email exchange. So if that's something that interests you and you're very serious, then I can work with you. And I find, guys, if you're thinking, if you're interested in working or thinking about it, I work really well with committed people. It's much easier for me to help them get results because they're already committed, and I don't have to spend time convincing them. They're like, no, you don't need to tell me. I want this so bad, and then I can help them and they do it. They're basically committed to going out and doing the approaching, which you need to be. Otherwise, you won't get the results. I'm just trying to figure out a way to share this on more platforms. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas. I will send you an email, bro, because I want to change. Awesome, great. And I'd love to help you to do that. And I've worked with quite a few people from Holland. I said the recent guy, I worked with an Iranian guy who's a really lovely guy. And we had such an amazing weekend in London because we have a good connection. So it is a great experience. And I am going to sell the experience because it's life-changing. One, it's a great holiday. London's a beautiful city. Two, we get to hang out and we build a great connection of friendship, and we get to do loads of approaching, and you get to learn how to meet women, and you go back to your country with all this confidence and experience and enthusiasm, and you'll continue. And you can email me after the boot camp, let me know how you're getting on, and I can catch up with you and keep the mentorship going. Or no love lost. If you do the boot camp and you enjoy it, you don't have to email me after. You can go off on your own. But that's the main idea. What I'm really stressing to people now, I don't want to be people's gurus, and I don't want like a school of worshippers and followers. That doesn't interest me. I want to help people to help themselves, so that eventually they've got the confidence and they don't need a dating coach anymore. They don't need to spend time online watching videos. They're doing it. They've got the confidence and they've got the results, and you can move on in your life and do other things. So that's the idea, you know. Few more minutes. I've got to meet a friend at 6. So yeah, I really enjoyed this today, and I hope that I really got the message home to you guys about how to overcome approach anxiety and rejection and get success and build confidence by going out and doing it. And it's not thinking so much, you know, when you do it, you don't have time to think. The reason I ask about cafes and malls is most people congregate in these areas. Yeah, you're right. Listen, William. Oh, hold on a sec.